now El Paso Inc., and thousands of individual high school athletes and collegiate athletes. When you talk about the other day, you saw the NBA Finals, I'm sure, on TV, and you said to yourself, man, I wish I could be one of those guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today, you're looking at individuals that you're going to say to yourself, I wish I could be one of these guys and these ladies, because they are simply the best at their craft. And there's none better than this person right here that's going to lead the presidency for this year. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you without further ado, the president of the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame, Mr. Ruben R. Ramirez.
I always hate following Wayne talk because, nobody does it better than Wayne. Wayne, thank you so much for everything you do for the Hall of Fame, not only for the Hall of Fame, but for the city of El Paso. And that's why whenever you get a chance to see Wayne Thornton, you know that you're in front of somebody that's really special in our community. He does everything. And to be quite honest, with Wayne's leadership and the rest of the committee that we have on the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame, that's how we're able to be successful for the last 70 years. Not that Wayne's been around that long, but that's how we've been lucky enough to be here for 70 years. So I just want to start off by thanking all of you for being here. Just to look out and see the number of people that are here supporting our high school athletes says a lot about what the future of these kids have in store. This is only the beginning, and I hope that one day, knock on wood, I'm able to stand up here and see some of you seated right here where our 8 inductees are today. So from the bottom of my heart, God bless you all. Thank you for being here, and let's move forward, okay? I want to congratulate our Ray Sanchez High School Student Athletes of the Year, to the parents, the coaches, and the athletic directors. Again, thank you all for being here. You students are amazing with your grades, athleticism, and your volunteerism. Thanks to all our Hall of Fame members, and thanks to all of those for making today and tomorrow a success, talking about our banquet tomorrow night, honoring these 8 individuals up on stage today. I want to thank our immediate past president, Dr. Scott Stein, Vice President Ray Adauto, standing over here to my left, your right, Secretary Donna Carter, Brian Kanoff, our photographer, who's filling in for me tonight, another Hall of Famer. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for all you do for us. To Ron Lehman, and Bruce and Greta Reichman for all your hard work today and for tomorrow night's banquet. Thanks again to our presenting sponsor, the El Paso Sports Commission, and Janet Varget, the president, and Tony Rodriguez, tourism strategist for the El Paso Sports Commission. Tomorrow night, the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame will honor and induct 8 new members. So now, let's get to know the new inductees in the class of 2025. Before I bring up Wayne, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. Before I bring up Wayne, let me introduce them briefly. I'm going to start with my left. Kendra, if you don't mind standing up. Mr. Bobby Rodriguez Kirkley. Ms. Natalia Hinojo. Yesenia Alarcón Ortega. Go Tigers. Scott Smelzer. Joe Minch. Leon Wade, who is not here with us, who is our inductee in the posthumous category. And we have, last but not least, Mr. Hockey himself, Corey Herman. Congratulations to you all on this great honor. Thanks to Monster Medina, Coach Tony Grijalva, also a member of the Hall of Fame, and to Asa Costa for producing the podcast that we will do later. Once again, thank you to the inductees, and here we have Mr. El Paso Wayne Thornton.
Okay, we'll do this real quick. First of all, start off Joe Minch, if you'll come up with me, please. Each of the inductees has a walk-up song. We're going to go right here to the middle, my friend. You want to lean on this? Is that good, too? That's either way. You got this, brother. Okay. All right, that's his walk-up song is Take Me to the Ball Game. Why is that?
It's my favorite song.
You're a sports columnist? Go ahead.
It's going to be my funeral song, too.
Come on, my man. Come on. Now, Las Cruces Sun-Times, El Paso Herald Post, El Paso Times. You've done it all. You've been great at what you've done, all the many columns. Does any stand out in your mind?
Nah, they don't stand out at all. My professor in college said either amuse them or make them mad, or they won't read you. And I did the latter pretty well, I thought.
First, before you leave, I need to make sure that people understand about your great family that you have. Please explain that to us.
Well, my wife and I we had a 5-year-old son, and then we had quadruplets, and that was in 1981. And 2 of the quadruplets are here now, to my left.
Awesome.
They're getting into their 40s, or they're getting towards their 50s now.
Almost as old as you, my man.
Yeah, almost.
Anything you'd like to say to anybody that's been great to you along the way?
There's a whole lot. Steve Kaplowitz from KROD has his radio show every day. He kept pushing me kept putting me up for this honor, and finally I made it after a bunch of years.
Well, we're lucky that you're here. We're also looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a Hall of Famer. His name is Joe Minch. Come on back, buddy. Now, each of the inductees, we'll give them to them off camera, so to speak, but we're giving them a name tag for tomorrow, and we're giving them a 70-year anniversary pin that they will wear tomorrow. We're giving them a Sharpie, and the reason you're saying, why are they getting a Sharpie, is we had this made for our class this year for all the inductees get their own one that they can have the other inductees or friends and family sign to have as a memento of the accomplishment of being in the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you go back to 1955 to now, you've had over 150,000 individuals participate in all the different sports. And to be one of 416, you can figure out that percentage. It's a special class, and we're special in El Paso, Texas, to have them. Ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for Joe Minch and our Hall of Famers. Next up, we have Bobby Rodriguez Kirkley. Come on up, buddy. And then Bobby picked us his song, Dear God. You know, Bobby can explain it to you better, but Bobby, I was kind of lucky in life because I grew up on Fort Bliss. My dad was in the Army. His dad was in the Army. At that time, everybody that was in the Army, for the Army kids, we all went to Burgess. That's where everybody went, or you went to Ross. And Bobby here, me and him, special. He's 70 years old. I'm 70 years old. I went up to Indiana for his birthday party back in September, and the place was like this, packed. And I was saying, dang, man, in Indiana, that was so cool, wasn't it, Bobby?
It was. It really was a blessing. My wife surprised me with it. And then surprised me, you come and you're the last person walking in the door hiding behind somebody.
Now, one thing I want people to be aware, Bobby got cut from basketball in the 7th grade and the 8th grade at Ross. But don't feel bad for him, because I got cut too at 7th grade and 8th grade. But it's okay because it came out good, Bobby. And what happened after that?
Went to Burgess and I made the team. We won every game when I was there my freshman year. and it really turned out, started a career toward basketball I never did know. I had a chance to bowl just as well. I was bowling just as well, and I was also playing football. I had to make a choice between them, and I chose basketball over it.
And then, of course, you went to Parkland High School, had a decorated career there, and then you go to Eastern New Mexico University.
Went to Eastern New Mexico University, and I was there. My senior year, I averaged 31 points something a game, 12 rebounds a game, about 6, 7 assists. I led the nation in scoring. I got the opportunity to go to what they called, back then it's called the Wilson Pizza Hut Basketball Classic. Only the top 20 ball players get to go of the nation, and you had to be voted in by the people. And I was voted in as one and got to play with Michael Thompson's, Maurice Cheeks, those back in the day and so forth that I played against and so forth. It was an awesome time. It was in Las Vegas and so forth. But God had another choice for me, another demand on my life.
I think that's important for people to realize, because after your basketball career in Eastern New Mexico, where you're in the Hall of Fame there, yes, but God made his calling to you.
Yes. I was in my junior year in Houghton College, and they had a group, what's called a prayer house, and they made a covenant with God over my life, and they fasted and prayed for 1 solid year with them bugging me, praise the Lord, showing up at my practices, showing up where I was at. They were on me like 100%, but they began to see, and finally I came through at the end of the process, but it changed my life, it changed my direction, and changed the way I was supposed to go. I thought for sure I was going pro. I thought for sure that was mine for sure, and then the door shut. But God had another plan and a bigger plan. Today I'm a pastor. I've been that way for about 30 years.
Bobby drove all the way here from Indiana to be with us today. Bobby Rodriguez Kirkley.
God bless you, Rob.
Hey, Ruben, if you're here, can you take a picture with each of the candidates after they finish, please? Oh, there you. Where's Mr. Kana? Oh, there, right there. Okay, cool. Stay right there, Bobby. Bobby, come right back, buddy, real quick. And then Mr. Rodriguez will take his picture. Joe will get yours as well later, okay? Congratulations, Bobby Rodriguez Kirkley, ladies and gentlemen. Next young lady we have to come up to us, ladies and gentlemen. She comes to us. This is Kendra Chambers Coleman. Now, this is your walk-up song. What is it?
This is Beyonce, Bigger.
Why?
I think as athletes we can get caught up in this is just a sport, but we have a purpose and it's bigger than that. And we have generations of young athletes looking at us, even if you're in high school, college, or pro. You have a job to do, and God has blessed you with the athletic ability, but your purpose is so much bigger than that.
Well spoken, well said. And of course, people may not realize, just so we can go, you went to Hanks High School. You won the state championship. And what events? Tell us.
Yes, in 2008, I was the 5A track and field champion in the 400 meters.
And then you go from there where?
I went to the University of Texas at El Paso, UTEP.
And then you go from UTEP to where?
The University of Texas at Austin, Hookham.
And in Austin, that's when you just sort of blossomed.
Yeah. In Austin, I think I finally found a training program that was working for me, a coach that was working, and ladies I was training with was focused on a bigger mission, a bigger purpose. We wanted to win a national championship title. I always knew that even though I came from what feels like a small town, I knew that my platform was big and I wanted to achieve the biggest of the biggest dreams and my accomplishments. I knew that I needed to be with the team that would be a contender at the national championships.
Eight-time All-American.
Yes.
What individual events?
I'm an 8-time All-American in the 400-meter dash, in the 600 indoor, the 4x400 meter relay, and as well as the 800 meters.
Decorated career, of course, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? And then, of course, Kim Gomez nominated you, who was also inducted last year. She was your coach at Hanks.
Yes, Kim Gomez and Hanks, I mean, has been such a staple of track and field in El Paso. I was actually playing soccer, and I was the dancer on the Silhouettes team, and she was like, please come try out for track. And I was like, oh, I don't know. So I owe a lot to Coach Gomez. And just as a build-up, you know, I was also coached by Daddy Phillips, her father, who passed, and just with them too, I was able to go to state multiple times. They coached me to be a state champion, but more than anything, they coached my mind to believe in myself and to know that if I stepped on the track, I could do it. So I owe so much to her. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Kendra Chambers Coleman, right here. Kendra, your picture, Mr. Congratulations. And down the way from Hanks High School on Montwood Street, where our next individual comes to us in the world of wrestling. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be looking at the single greatest high school female wrestler ever in the city of El Paso. She is so decorated in what she's accomplished, undefeated in her wrestling career at Montwood as a senior. She goes to a decorated career in college. I give to you Natalia Hinojo. And this is your walk-up song, and tell us about it.
It is. It's something that's a little personal to me. I love Bad Bunny. Benito is my favorite to listen to, but also just the type of song that it is. I need a hype-up song before I wrestled, and this style of song also kind of went with my philosophy in wrestling that I've had since my dad when I was younger, through high school, through college, is make them remember you. Whether you win or lose, you're going to make them remember that they had competed against you. And it just, love that confidence and kind of in yourself that you're able to do whatever you want to if you set your mind to it. So.
And not just you, your sisters as well wrestle.
Yes, she's 6 years younger than me, so she went to Hanks High School, and where she was a third place. She placed 3 years in a row, and then was part of the state championship team as well.
An All-American wrestler in college as well.
Yes, 2 times, and then I was a national champion as well.
You got an All-American family as well, your dad and your mom and your sisters. It's a close-knit family, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I also have an aunt who is also in the Hall of Fame that was inducted in 2019. Shout out, Jenny.
And as you look at all the things you've accomplished, what stands out the most?
The people that I've met and the experiences that I've been able to have that college has been able to give me. I've traveled all across the country. I've traveled to Canada to compete. I've met competitors all over the world, and got to go places that I never thought I'd go on my own. So the memories and the people, for sure.
As I look at Anthony Carter back there, who was inducted several years ago, along with Ben Avalos, and of course, all the many. You're the first wrestler that's ever been inducted. That means a lot, doesn't it?
Absolutely. To be the first wrestler and also a female wrestler in such a male-dominated sport, I think it's pretty cool.
And you're cool too, and congratulations, all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, Natalia Hinojo. Congratulations, Natalia. Now we move on to our next individual. And a lot of you out there have been or have not been, but you always heard about hockey. The El Paso Buzzards were a success. The El Paso Rhinos were a success. A lot of it's because of this gentleman I'm about to introduce to you. He's from Canada, but he calls El Paso home because this is where he's raised his family. Him and his wife, Shay, have done an remarkable job of being a part of this community. And he's still involved with hockey, and he still is one of the people that really started youth hockey in this city. And I can't thank him enough for what he's been able to accomplish in a very short period of time. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Mr. Corey Herman. Elton John, I'm Still Standing. Why is that?
My wife loves this song, so being a good husband, I wanted to pick it,
That's always good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, tell us about what happened when you first got to El Paso.
Well, so I was playing college hockey in Canada, and Todd Rose had called me out of the blue and said, hey, would you like to come down to El Paso to play? And, you know, it was either going to work on the farm or continue to play hockey, and I was like, man, I'm going to keep playing hockey. So I come down here, and when we arrived at night, because it's a pretty long journey from Saskatchewan to El Paso, and our equipment manager for the Buzzards at that time was named Spud, and he was there at the airport to pick us up. And I remember we were driving through El Paso, and it was completely dark, and I remember waking up the next morning, and I opened up the door, and it was just sand, and, you know, not many trees or nothing. I was just, you know, culture shock, and I had never really heard, you know, Spanish or even seen a burrito. And but yeah, it was quite the experience. But the people in El Paso, you know, they're so genuine and caring and everything like that, and I just fell in love with the city.
And the people that fell in love with you and what you developed with hockey as well, and you can see it grow throughout the community as well as throughout the nation.
Yeah, it you know, every year it just seems to get a little bit bigger and bigger, and you know, there's so many people, like hundreds of people that have had, you know, work very, very hard and volunteer a lot of hours to help grow it. And you know, yeah, it's kind of cool to see that, you know, a sport like hockey, you know, it's not really like, you know, in a hockey area, it's in the desert, but just to see how much it's grown is very, very impressive.
Now tell us about yourself in terms of now that you've still involved with hockey, and you're the first hockey individual inducted into the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's a huge honor, and I was very, very surprised. You know, it just seems like just yesterday that, you know, I came down from Canada, and you know, I coached the Rhinos for quite a few years, and had a great time doing that. But then it just kind of came to a point where, you know, I had to let someone else do it, and kind of focus more on the ice rink, and in doing that, you know, with our great staff and everybody works, we were able to bring Hockeyville to El Paso. And while we were doing Hockeyville, I ended up, like, it's funny how life works and how lucky you sometimes are. I ended up meeting two guys that work for the NHL, and after the whole event in El Paso, you know, working with the ice and all the different things, they asked me to work for or they asked me if I would be willing to be a part of the ice crew for the NHL. So now, you know, working here with the Rhinos in the rink, I also, twice a year, I'll go to, you know, this year we were in Wrigley Field, and we put an ice rink in Wrigley Field and have an NHL game, and so I'm able to be a part of that as well.
Congratulations again. And, you know, you talk about Steve Kaplowitz. Of course, he does a great job on the radio show. When the Buzzards first started, Steve said, Wayne, I got a ticket for you to go to the hockey game. I said, oh, man, that'd be awesome. I get to the game, and I'm sitting behind a pole. A pole is in front of me, and all these people are going by in the hockey rink, and Steve put me in front of a pole, and I've never been back because of Steve Kaplowitz, because he put me in front of a pole to watch a hockey game. But, you know, you guys do great things. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, and I'm very, very appreciative and honored and thankful for this.
Corey Herman, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Our next individual that comes to us, ladies and gentlemen, longtime head volleyball coach at El Paso High, does an amazing job with their 17-year career there. She's almost got 500 victories coaching volleyball. And when you talk about the game of volleyball, I know Marion Bennett's out here, an amazing volleyball coach in her own right. And even though I went to school with Marion, I could still beat her in any sport alive, basketball, baseball, whatever it was. That's okay, Marion. Come on, Marion. I take it to class, Marion. No, I'm just kidding. But, ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about Yesenia Alarcon-Ortega, what she's accomplished at El Paso High, they are a force. They are simply a force in the world of volleyball. And it's because of what she's able to bring out of every young lady that walks inside that gym. And you know, it's interesting because Yesenia was at El Paso High, the Player of the Year in basketball when she graduated. She went to UTEP, played there. Then she came back, became a coach in volleyball. That doesn't happen. People don't shift sports like that, but they can if their name is Yesenia Alarcon Ortega. Here she is.
Thank you.
Your walk-up song, and tell us about that.
Okay, all it is I am sitting there with my son. I was, okay, I need a walk-up song. And he's like, Mom, there's only one. Run this town. And then I thought, well, the hubby is a big fan of Jay-Z, so why not?
Here, that's it. It's all about the hubby. There you go. Nothing wrong. Tell us about what this means to you, being inducted.
A dream. They've asked me this question several times, and I'm so appreciative, honored, humbled. Something that I've walked the down Haskins many of times with my family, and just looked up at those nice plaques and thought, wow, I just never thought that this would be my time. So thank you, Coach Bennett. Thank you.
As you look out here, all these amazing student athletes in their own right, graduating high school seniors, and what they've been able to accomplish in their own lives, and you were one of them. What can you tell them as they get ready for the next chapter of their lives?
To be different. You know, nowadays we can get caught up in doing what everyone else is doing, posting what everyone else is posting. Be different, be you, and one simple word that I tell my girls every single day: just focus on working. Working when no one's watching, working when you don't feel like working, and even when times are going bad, keep working, and yes, you will get rewarded.
Your husband, David Ortega, one of the greatest shooters ever in high school basketball here in the city of El Paso, and what an amazing contingent you two make. And have you ever played 2-on-2 or 1-on-1? Who would win?
He would win. We tried. We played a 1-on-1 out in front of our house one day, and he was cheating. He was cheating a little bit. He was trying to overpower me here and there, throwing an elbow here and there, boxed him out, but that shooting is pretty fierce. Yeah, couldn't beat that shot he has.
Family's close. Your mom is here as well. That's got to be special for you.
Oh, my mom's loving every bit of this celebration. So yeah, she's excited. Yeah.
We're excited for you too, Yesenia, and all the very best. Continued success, and thank you for letting us let this be a part of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Hall of Famer Yesenia Alarcon Ortega. Thank you. Congratulations. Our next individual, ladies and gentlemen, comes to us from the world of training. And the individual that we're going to be introduced to you by is 30 years head trainer at Eastwood High School. He was a trainer at UTEP when Don Haskins was there. And it's kind of neat when you're a college trainer because of the fact you get to see all the amazing athletes, but you also get to see all the amazing coaches as well. And to know Scott Smelser is to know what a training and what their life is. It's tough. And all you athletes out there know the trainer is really the one that focuses on you as a person to get you to where you need to be successful. And this man is truly successful. We give to you Scott Smelser. How you doing, brother? Doing good? This is your walk-up song. Tell us about it.
Well, it wasn't going to be my original, but Ice Ice Baby, I started listening to it and the bad words. So I just Googled something and that's what I came up with.
You like Journey?
Yeah, they're good.
Seen them in concert?
I haven't.
Oh, they're awesome. They're really good. But to you, how many ankles have you taped in your career?
Too many to, you know.
One day I was trying to estimate, and I was thinking it was like 25,000.
Probably more than that.
More than that?
Probably more.
Oh, my gosh, that's a lot of ankles you've had to tape.
We're talking about from high school up until even this last year. So.
And you got started late in terms of training. It didn't start right out of high school, did it? Because you were a coach first, and then you became...
Yeah. Left UTEP, went to Georgia and coached high school baseball and football for 3 years. And then South Texas got middle school tennis and football.
Wow. And then, of course, being at UTEP, being a part of all the success up there.
Yes.
What was that like?
It's kind of surreal, you know, especially when you work with individuals like Coach Haskins, Coach Floyd, even you. I didn't mention you earlier today, but you know, and Coach Banks, and the experiences you have with watching the other teams, like playing BYU and Norm Ellenberger when he was at New Mexico, and being exposed to that caliber of athlete.
I know your wife and family are proud, but none can be prouder than your brother. He's really excited for you as well, Donnie.
Oh, yeah, and he's standing over there in the corner, so he's
a good guy. In fact, if you ever go to UTEP basketball game, men's game, you see a guy dancing all the time on the big screen, that's his brother, Donnie Smelzer, my man over there, doing a good thing. Scott, congratulations again. All the very best. Continue for everything that you do, okay, my friend?
okay. And shout out to the Eastwood wrestlers over there.
Yes, indeed. Those women wrestlers, awesome. Congratulations. In the posthumous category, he's not able to be with us today. Leon Wade and his daughter, Brandy, was not able to make it. But Mr. Leon Wade, like Bobby Kirkley, I was very lucky in life to grow up on Fort Bliss. Leon Wade lived right across the street from me while we grew up together going to Burgess High School. And we reconnected when I went away. I graduated in Japan, came back, went to UTEP, and then we reconnected again. And there's nobody I've ever seen that has a bigger or better music collection than Leon Wade. There's nobody that I've ever met that can do DJing like Leon Wade. Amazing track coach. He coached Kendra. He coached his daughter Brandy. And when they were younger, he coached Aaron Jones. He coached his brother Alvin Jones. He coached Kayla Thornton when she was younger in track and field. When I think of track and field in this city and summer track, I think of Leon Wade because he made it to a different level, what he did and how he accomplished it. And I can't thank Bo Bagley enough and all the many people at El Paso Community College for nominating him and being a part of making him be able to be on this stage tomorrow night to be inducted into the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. A nice round of applause, please, for Mr. Leon Wade. Okay, my friend, let's take a group picture. We're going to take a group picture now with the Hall of Famers. If you please come up, Bobby, along with Mr. Minch, and then we're going to put 4 chairs here, and then 4 will sit, and the rest will stand. Mr. Kadenoff will take the photo. And they could have Mr. Ramirez come up and take his picture first with the Hall of Famers. Then we'll have Donna Carter, please come up, along with Ray Adalto, Vice President. If you'll please come up to be next after we take this quick picture with the Hall of Famers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for our 2025 class for the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. Pretty special. Please stay there, please. Mr. Adalto, if you'll step in. We can't thank all of you enough for being here, being a part of this special event, to be able to acknowledge truly a great class. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're all set. Oh, good. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Did you get yours? I'm sorry. Everybody got you? Okay. Y'all can go. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, if I could please have all the high school student athletes of the year, please line up right here by Mr. Carter in one straight line. All the high school student athletes of the year. After the last person in that line, we'd like to have the teams of the year along with Melania Martinez. Melania, you'll be in front of all the teams of the year. If you'll please line up as well over here. And what will happen is, like I said before, when we come up, you'll come up through this back steps right here. Hand me your certificate. I'll call your name, and then you'll walk out here, take your photograph with Mr. Kanoff, exit here. And if you want to take a picture in front of the EPA HOF or in the back right there, Hall of Famers, we're going to be doing a podcast right after we finish the high school student athletes. Could I have Mr. Segovia, Oscar, the ADs come up, please? The AD from Emmanuel, if you'll come up, please. Quickly, gentlemen. First one, right? Awesome. You just hand it to me when I'm over there, and then I'll read your name, then you go over here. Is that cool, Ruben? At this time, we'd like to thank our ADs for joining us along with President Ramirez. Your name, sir?
Larry McCullum.
From what school?
Emmanuel Christian School.
And your name, sir?
Oscar Nieto, Laredo Academy.
Yes, sir. And your name, sir?
Martin Segovia, YISD.
My man, thank you, Martin. Thank you. So where you want, about right here, Ruben, or up here, or where the X is? So, gentlemen, if you'll come up. You'll be right here. Okay. Okay, first up, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we rock and roll. Now, the Ray Sanchez Student Athletes of the Year, the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame, hold on, Ruben. The El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame has been doing the Athletes of the Year since 1981. Since 1981 to 2002, they were doing at that time 4 student athletes a year throughout the entire city. 4 were being honored on stage. 2004 to about 2019, then it happened where they were doing 10 athletes involving EPISD, YISD, along with Socorro ISD, and a small school and private schools. When the pandemic hit, everything changed, obviously. But when the pandemic hit, at that time the president was at Stansbury, and they opened it up to make it where every school would have 2 athletes of the year for a male and a female. It was their opportunity to honor a senior. Doesn't have to be a senior, but that's the recommendation, is to be a senior. So they've been doing that since 2020. So as you see this crowd here today, it's kind of cool to have everybody here, family, friends, to be a part of this occasion. And Ray Sanchez was a tremendous sports writer, a tremendous historian. He passed away in 2022. And because of Mr. Ruben Ramirez, they have named the high school student athletes of the year after Ray Sanchez. So now you are on stage, you get your spotlight, you get your audience, and that's the way it should be because of the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. Let's give them a warm round of applause. You come up, just come up right here, and then we'll just keep going. Okay. Our first individual we'd like to honor, Johnny Rincon from Clint High School. Go right there, Johnny. Next up, Johnny, take your picture, buddy. Stop and take your photo. We're taking with all the ADs as well. Mr. Kanoff. Yes. Next up, we have Ricardo Briones, Riverside High School. Congratulations, Ricardo. From Riverside High School, Zoe Quintana, volleyball, basketball, track and field. Congratulations, Zoe. From Jefferson Silva Magnet High School, Jesus Ochoa. Jesus was in football and in track. Next young lady, now this is kind of cool. Her dad is Tommy Lewis. Her mom is right there. She is the granddaughter of Paul Strelzin. Everybody knows Paul Strelzin. And this young lady continues to carry that great tradition of being a great human being like Mr. Strelzin was. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Natalie Lewis, Coronado High School. Natalie was an outstanding golfer just like her dad. Congratulations, Natalie. From Coronado High School, continue on that true great tradition. His dad is the head men's basketball coach at the University of Texas at El Paso, Joe Golding. This is his son, Kaysen Golding. All right, Kaysen, congratulations. Kaysen played football and basketball. From Horizon High School, Nina Ruiz. Nina was in cross country, basketball, and track. From Bowie High School, Samantha Tarango. Samantha was in volleyball, cross country, basketball, soccer, softball. Congratulations, Samantha. From Hanks High School, Alex Robles. Alex was in football and track. From Hanks High School as well, Nevaeh Carrillo. Congratulations. Nevaeh was in volleyball, basketball, and track. From Andrews High School, Jared Gordon. Jared was in football and track. From Andrews High School, Melina Griego. A great soccer player from Andrews High School. Congratulations, Melina. From Franklin High School, Mia Martinez. Mia was in cheerleading and track and field. Congratulations. From Young Women's Academy from the EPISD, Belissa Marcus. Congratulations. Belissa was in volleyball and basketball. From Montwood High School, Anthony Martinez. Anthony was in basketball and track. From Mountain View High School, Viviana Alvarez. Viviana was in volleyball, softball, and track. From Clint High School, Annabella Portillo. Annabella was in basketball, softball, and the band. From Pebble Hills High School, Jordan Sapien. Jordan was in basketball for Pebble Hills. From Kenyatia High School, Makira Wilkes. Makira was in volleyball, basketball, and track. From Kenyatia High School, Jaden Mitchell. Jaden was in football and track. From Eastwood High School, Haley Delgado. She was in wrestling. Congratulations. From Bel Air High School, Sydney Davis. Sydney was in wrestling. Congratulations, Sydney. From America's High School, Lexi Salas. Lexi was in cross country, volleyball, and track. From Pebble Hills High School, Dorian Jaramillo. Dorian was in football and wrestling. From Jesus Chapel School, Matthew Reynoso. Matthew was in football, basketball, and track. From Eastwood High School, Aiden Danny Torres. Aiden was in track and cross country. From Horizon High School, Joshua Rodriguez. He was in football, wrestling, and track. From Loreto Academy, Isabella Farina. Isabella was in track, basketball, and volleyball. Congratulations. Isaiah Gonzalez, Del Valle High School. Isaiah was in baseball. Congratulations. Maddox Robles, Young Women's Leadership Academy, YISD. Maddox was in swimming and rugby. Isleta High School, Rodolfo Gomez. Rodolfo was in football and track. Isleta High School, Hennessy Balderrama. Hennessy was in wrestling and softball. From El Dorado High School, Gabriel Terrazas. Gabriel was in football, track, and field. Camilla Espino, Da Vinci School. Camilla. Camilla was in volleyball. Congratulations. Haziel Mancera, Da Vinci School. Congratulations. Haziel was in football, soccer, and baseball. From Lydia Patterson School, Johanna Castro. Lydia Patterson, she was in cross country, volleyball, basketball, and track. From Lydia Patterson, Fernando Manriquez. Fernando was in cross country, soccer, and track. From El Paso High, Tessa O'Neill. Tessa was in soccer. From El Paso High, Miles Westbrook. Amazing runner, state champion, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Miles. Let's hear it for our Ray Sanchez High School Student Athletes of the Year. This is the 70th year anniversary of the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. Along with that, we gave out a first-time award called the Hall of Fame Award. This young lady has been at Loretto Academy, pre-kindergarten, till graduating last month. She's played volleyball, she's played basketball, she's played track and field. And she's a lady of outstanding excellence, not only in the classroom, but also on the field, but even more so, all the time in life, we have to overcome obstacles. There is no obstacle in front of this young lady, now or never. Her parents, Joy and Anthony Martinez, her great friends, Pete Solis, along with Coach Mike Lewis in basketball, great people, great atmosphere at the school, but it's because of this young lady that elevates you to another level. This is the first year they had a private school, parochial school, small school, senior showcase. They've always done it. I did this since 1989 for everybody else. The first year, this year, and it was because of this young lady. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you our El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame Award of Distinction, Melania Martinez. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now we go to our teams of the year. Congratulations, Melania. We go to our teams of the year. The first one is Emmanuel Christian School, the boys basketball team. Mr. Aaron Peterson here to accept the award. Congratulations, and just real quick, I ask each of you one question. Tell us about this year and what had happened.
Yeah, it was a really exciting year. This was our second year winning our league, Texas Christian Athletic Fellowship. It was such a blessing. We were blessed to have a lot of great seniors this year on our team. Noah Ayala wasn't able to be here today. He was our male athlete of the year. He's going to be going on to play college basketball at McMurray University. So, yeah, I just want to give him a quick shout out. But God's blessed us this year, and it was a good year.
Thank you. Emmanuel Christian, team of the year, right there. Now this young lady, this team, oh my gosh. I got to see them several times this year, and what an amazing season. Back-to-back state champions in girls volleyball. Emmanuel Christian School, Coach Claudia Swan. Congratulations on a great year, and tell us about the team.
This team this year was just unrelentless. I think when we show up to public school tournaments and we're a small private school, it's kind of like, oh, okay, this should be easy, but we really try to push ourselves really hard and make our name known. A lot of these athletes I had this year were die-hard true volleyball players, and so that made my job a lot easier with the athleticism I had. But they just worked tremendously. I have 3 of my seniors going on to play college volleyball, and so it was fun.
Well, one of the great games this year in volleyball was watching you play El Paso High for the championship of the El Paso High volleyball tournament against Coach Alarcon and Ortega's team. And even though they won, your team said, we belong. Congratulations, Claudia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our attention goes now to Emmanuel Christian state champions in team tennis. Congratulations, Coach. Tell us about the season.
Well, it's been a wonderful year. In fact, we just started half the season, and we were able to pull it out. These 2 young men behind me, come on. These are just part of the 18, 20 students Gael Valenzuela, and Pato Jimenez. And again, I'd also like to recognize my co-coach, Julian De Leon, who couldn't be here today. Again, these players, when they go to practice day in, day out in the wind, in the desert, winds, the dust, you know how it was this year. It's just a tremendous joy to let them persevere through all those obstacles on the courts outdoors. And I'm just so proud of this team. For the past 2 years, this is a three-peat for them. And just want to recognize the whole team. So proud of you all.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Emmanuel Christian tennis team, Team of the Year. Now we go to Team of the Year, Eastwood High School Girls Wrestling Team, Coach Troy Douglas. Coach, congratulations. Come up, ladies, so we can introduce you. Tell us about this year's team.
Sure. Great kids, hard workers. They love the sport of wrestling, which sometimes isn't easy to do, but they all get along really well, and they're all coming back next year, so we'll see what we can do.
Names are?
Yes, so to my left right here is Bella Moreno. In the middle is Haley Delgado, and to the far left is Danny Hernandez.
Congratulations, Coach Douglas. All the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. And now we go to Team of the Year, Da Vinci School, 6-man flag football. Come on up, Coach. Steve Gonzalez. And tell us about the season.
You know, this season was very hard, and if I could describe my team with one word, it would be resilience, since it's our second year having football, tackle football, since ever, and it's been, you know, hard getting the work in, you know, running some gassers all day, you know, those conditioning went hard, a little too hard, and I want to thank my coaches, I want to thank my teammates, and overall, we thank the support from the community. So,
introduce the people here with you today, please.
yes, this is Jaciel Mancera, a athlete of the year. This is Jesus Macias, just all job man. He can do anything on the field. This is Christopher Macias at the end, and this is Aaron Chacon, all defensive positions he play.
Congratulations, all the best. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we go Team of the Year, Da Vinci School Boys Basketball Team. No, you talk about them. Go ahead, introduce them.
Oh, I'm talking. All right. We have our point guard, Mr. Christian. We have our forward, Mr. Santiago, and we have our shooting guard, and Herr.
How was the season?
Well, we played over 100 games, so we're pretty all right.
It was a good time, and you state champions, right?
We are 3-time state champion in TCAL.
Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All the best. Thank you very much. There you go, buddy. Take the picture, Coach. Congratulations. Now we go to Team of the Year, Da Vinci School Boys Soccer. Coach, come over here, please. Introduce the players, and then tell us about the season, please.
Hello, everyone. So over here on my left, we have Iker Avendaño. Karel Sanchez, Jaciel Mancera, Santiago Rodriguez, and Aaron Chacon. So, our season went great. We won. This is our first time winning the state championship. This is my second year at the school as a coach, and first season we fell off short. This year we finally made it. Great group of kids, very talented, very smart, and we won it this year. So we're very happy for that.
Awesome. Congratulations. There you go, Coach. And take your picture. First time event in the city of El Paso this year, flag football. And Coach Elizabeth Boulding was the head coach for America's High School. They won the championship. How special was that in their first year doing this? Coach Boulding, congratulations. And please introduce your players and tell us about the season.
This is Nasiah Atkins and Zariah Wheeler. The season went great. It's one of those first year excitements, willing to continue to keep going, hopefully in UIL sport later on in the year.
Well, congratulations and continued success in all that you do at Americas. You've been coaching there a while, and you continue making it happen, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. There you go. There you go. And our final team of the year, ladies and gentlemen, for this year's El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame, recognizing the county high school teams of the year. America's High School, the boys soccer team, making it to the Final Four. Coach, your name is?
Carlos Rosales.
And introduce the players and tell us about the season.
We got Oscar on offense, Andre in midfield, and Alexis Martinez on defense. It was our first time in school history making it this far, and especially to Final Four. The gentlemen worked hard in the morning, built up a great team chemistry, and we're ready to go for more next year.
Well, all the very best to America's a great program, great tradition there. Congratulations, all the very best, and thank you. Before athletic directors leave, Ricky, thank you for being here. Ricky Olivas, AD at, I got you, brother. Tell us what's it like for you in this season for your school?
Oh, it's been good. Just most of our kids come from Juarez, so their dedication and their motivation every day, it's just a blessing. So everything I do is for them, and they deserve the world and more. So I'm glad we got this opportunity to celebrate them today.
Thank you, and thank you for all the help with the senior showcase that Melania put together as well. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
And your name, sir?
Larry McCullum.
From what school?
Emmanuel Christian School.
Great success this year, and you guys just rocked the house, didn't you?
Yes, sir, we did. It was a good year.
All the very best, and tell us about what the future holds.
Hopefully more state championships this year, and that God will continue to get the glory.
I like that. Take care.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Hello, my man. How you doing, Oscar?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. And your name is?
Oscar Nieto.
And tell us about the team at Loretto as far as all the different sports you have to be able to deal with.
With the 12 sports, it was a pretty interesting year, but it's easy to do with coaches like Mike and Coach Joe and all the coaches that aren't here, or Coach Montes también, or two, sorry. And then parents that support all of our kids, and then athletes and girls that stand out and like support our community like Melania and Isabella. It's a lot easier to accomplish the job at hand, but with them it's pretty easy to do, and it's a lot of reward with them.
Special place, Loretto, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Special people. Congratulations. All the best. Martin Segovia, ladies and gentlemen, the AD over at Isleta Independent School District, a great man, leading that charge over there. And thank you. All the time I send you a note or email, you jump right on it, and you have a great crew there. Thank you for everything.
You're more than welcome, and thank you all. Thank the Hall of Fame committee and all the kids that were honored today and the adults. Just a wonderful, place to be today. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And, at YISD, we just, as a district of champions, we like showing East Texas that we don't drive around in covered wagons out here. So.
There you go. Martin, thank you, my man. Hey, all the best. That's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our ADs. Great job that they do. And let's hear the final word from our president. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ruben R. Ramirez.
Thank you, Wayne. Well, like I said at the beginning, this room was just filled with stars that are just beginning to shine, and I'm sure that we're going to see a lot more from these athletes. To the parents, family, and friends that came and attended our banquet today, our presentation today, thank you so much. And like I said before, you all should be very proud of these students that filled this room today. Again, I thank you for being here. I thank you for taking the time to help us put this on. And once again, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you all.
Thanks, Rube. I want to thank Greta and Bruce Reichman for all the helping with the decorations. I want to thank Mrs. Carter as well. And again, the Hall of Famers, if you'll please go to the very back there for our podcast. And we have a souvenir Hall of Fame bottle of wine for each of you with your photo on the label. None like it, ladies and gentlemen. All the way live from California, just for you, for each Hall of Famer. Again, thank you all. God bless. And make sure yourself that you stay nice as rice and mellow as jello.